What's going on, everyone? So firstly, I wanted to say thank you very much for clicking on this video. If this is your first time on the channel, what I am doing with this list is I pick a director and then I watch all of his films and then I rank them from worst to best. Now, I don't include any music videos or shorts or documentaries. This is just theatrical movies or streaming movies nowadays. So with Edgar Wright, obviously you clicked on the video so you know I'm doing Edgar Wright with this video. Edgar Wright's only done 5 movies, so I'm going to be ranking his movies from worst to best, worst being number 5, best being number 1. So again, this is my opinions. I'm looking forward to hearing your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. But with all the exposition on the side, let's get started. So, my number 5 is Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Now, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, it's not a bad movie by any means. It's a movie that has a vision, it has a style, and on both fronts it works. It's a perfectly enjoyable movie. I think it's definitely a style over substance movie, but it's a movie that nonetheless, it's effective with getting you into the video game world of these characters. And I think that it stinks that it was, box office flop, because I do think that it's an original piece, albeit, yes, it's adapted off something previously, but it's nonetheless still original feeling. And I think that that's something really impressive with his resume in terms of this movie. Again, not my favorite Edgar Wright's, but still, rock solid movie. So that was my number 5. My number 4 is Baby Driver. Baby Driver, I think, is a good movie. I don't think it's great by any means, but I do think it's a good movie. I think that it has a great supporting cast, a great lead performance. It's got a lot of fun sound designs that, the director's playing around with. The soundtrack itself is good. The car chases are cool. It's just overall the story, I think I don't know, I didn't really feel like it was unique enough to stand on its own. I feel like it's a movie that everything surrounding the story works except the story and character development itself. Those, for me personally, were the lackluster things. And to me, again, I understand a lot of people love the movie, and I get that. I completely understand that. It is an enjoyable movie. It's just on those fronts, first and foremost, I think that it was kind of lacking. But nonetheless, I am still, excited for a sequel, because I am pretty sure that they're going to be making one. So, curious what they're going to be doing with that. So, again, still think it's a good movie. Just character development and storytelling, I think, could have been a bit better. So that's my number 4. My number 3 is, and I guess I got to bring the whole trilogy out. Number 3 is Shaun of the Dead. So Shaun of the Dead is, yes, that's right, it's the first of the Cornetto trilogy. The thing with Shaun of the Dead is that it's a really good movie. It's a really good take on the zombie genre done in a comedic way. What's so effective, though, isn't just the fact that you're dealing with the horror genre tropes being scrutinized. You're dealing with the chemistry of Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. And you really get to see how well they work together. It's their first outing, and it's really impressive, honestly, with what they were able to do in this movie. And if you haven't seen Shaun of the Dead, I would highly recommend it. It is a really good movie, and it works especially as a comedy. So that's my number 3. My number 2 is The World's End. The World's End I really like. The World's End is a movie that easily could have been my number 1, but the thing is, there's 1 or 2 elements in it that I think were kind of lackluster that are kind of spoiler-ish, but I'm not going to get into that. I just think that overall, though, it's still a great movie. Its premise is well built, its storytelling, its characters are really well fleshed out. It's got some neat twists and turns, and I think overall the humor works really well. It's a movie that blends the style and substance of, what movies are meant to be, and I really dig it. I think it's really good. But that's my number 2. Now, obviously, what my number 1 is, though. That's Hot Fuzz. What can I say? Hot Fuzz is a movie that I feel like if someone has yet to see an Edgar Wright movie, I feel like Hot Fuzz is the movie that you show them first. And if they're able to, be able to say wavelength, it's like, hey, they like Hot Fuzz, so they'll probably like his other movies. Because that is a movie that is pure Edgar Wright. All of his other movies, sure, they have those Edgar Wright-isms in it, for sure. But Hot Fuzz, I feel like, has the most in it. So it's like, if someone's able to handle that, then they'll be able to handle his other movies. But that's not to say it's just like a style movie. I mean, it's definitely a movie that has a lot to say, too, about, corruption. And just, it's about a movie where, there's, a town of folks that are very, suspicious. And, I don't know, I really like those concepts that the movie, goes for. And it's also littered with incredible performances. I mean, it's a movie that also, I think, is really funny. So that helps, too. But overall, Hot Fuzz is a great movie. I personally think it's his best work. And, yeah, that's why it's my number 1. So, again, if you're new to my channel, what I like to do is after ranking a director's video, I like to talk about, you know, the director and what I think about him. Edgar Wright is a movie director that I think that he's definitely more style over substance, but I think that when he hits the right script, it's really something. Like with the Cornetto trilogy, when he is melding his style with a script that is at least solid, it's really something to watch. And I think that a lot of times with directors, it's either one or the other. They're either a style or a substance director. So it's nice to see Edgar Wright's one of those directors that manages to have the best of both worlds. I don't think he's my favorite director by any means, but I think he's a director that when I see on the screen like a trailer that says from director Edgar Wright, I'm probably going to be there day one, because at the end of the day, I think he's a director that he knows what he's doing behind the camera, and he brings a lot of unique ideas. I mean, if you think about his 5 movies that he's done, all of them have been very unique with their approach in filmmaking. And I like that. And also, I want to give a huge shout out to his cast. He managed to get some of the best British actors working in all of his movies, and that's really something. I really dig it. So, Edgar Wright, guys, I really like him. I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts. Rank his movies in the comment section down below from 5 to 1. I'm very curious to hear your guys' thoughts. And also, who should I rank next? Right now, I have on the back burner like Ridley Scott, Lars von Trier, Sidney Lumet. I have a lot of directors I'm trying to focus on. But again, there's other directors I'm also focusing on as well. So just bear with me. It's a lot. So guys, Edgar Wright, again, that's my ranking. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. And as always, don't forget the subscription, notification bell, and I'll catch you guys later.